before people start having a go at me, because I can already see some of the stuff in the comments, it's not me that's talking about Darwin going to Barca. It's not me that's talking about what his agent's doing. I'm just here to report what's in the media, and then we discuss it. That's how it happens. So, firstly, please don't start moaning at me. I didn't make up any of these stories. I'm just a Liverpool football fan looking to try and figure out what's going on with our club. For everybody that says to me, Craig Lewis Steele said this, I can say to you 3 other people said this. I don't know what the truth of the situation is, and I also don't know how I feel about it all. But what I can say is, it's annoying. That much I'm comfortable in saying. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. It's annoying. I don't like seeing our players linked strongly with moves away. I don't like hearing about agents apparently laying the groundwork for moves. I don't like it. It annoys me. It annoys me with Diaz. It's annoying me with Darwin. But I don't know is the truth behind these. So what we're going to try and do over the next 90 minutes is figure it all out. Try and figure out, is the interest from Barca concrete? Could they possibly afford it? Does Liverpool have any intention to sell Darwin? And what on earth is his agent playing at? So we'll work through it all and then we'll figure out what we think. So let's start off with a bit of a summary of events as how they unfolded. So the first thing that came out today was our friends at LFC Transfer Room posted something, Credit and Sport, which is a Spanish outlet, and it said, Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez' agent, George Mendes, has offered the Uruguayan to Barcelona if Robert Lewandowski is to leave Barcelona this summer. I'm not surprised by that, because if I was any club in Europe looking around for a good, young, talented striker to replace somebody of the calibre of Robert Lewandowski, I'm not surprised Darwin Nunez' name's been mentioned. But what winds me up, if there is any truth to this, is what is his agent doing? He has a contract. He's at a club. Unless Liverpool have told George Mendes to start going out and looking for a new club for Darwin, this is shithousery, and I don't like it. Now, George Mendes is one of these agents that loves a pound note. Absolutely loves the smell of money. And if you look at, for instance, a post that came in from Moby Hake, who's a very good account on Liverpool. I don't know Moby personally, but I am a fan of all of his work. And his post on there basically spoke about this. Manuel Ugarte played 39 minutes in total for PSG in their last 6 matches. Didn't even get off the bench in 4 of those 6 matches. He goes on to say, this is what happens when you have that clown George Mendes dictating your career for money. Mendes has 7 players at PSG. No need to guess why. I get annoyed when agents start undermining our football club. And I don't know if there is truth to George Mendes speaking to Barcelona, but I know I don't like the headlines about it. And it's not just one paper today. There's more. Now, yes, Lewis Steele has come out and said Liverpool have no intention of selling. And I'm going to move on to that in a moment. But there's another outlet today that say Barcelona are very interested in Darwin Nunez. He is the #1 priority to replace Robert Lewandowski should he leave. And Alexander Isak of Newcastle is another name on the list. So, if you add this to the Darwin taking down the Liverpool stuff from his Instagram, you've got to say it doesn't look great. At the very least, it doesn't look great. Now, I don't know how Darwin's feeling. Like I've said over the last few days, I hope, most importantly, he's okay mentally and physically. Other than that, I've got to say I don't like the look of this. I don't. And I didn't like it when Diaz's father was talking about Barca. And if this is truly George Mendes, who runs the Gestificate agency, George Mendes also represents Diogo Jota, who's in our squad. George Mendes was the agent of Fabinho when we brought him to Liverpool as well. You might remember Deco was at Anfield when we were unveiling Fabinho. Deco works for George Mendes as part of that Gestificate agency. I hope that this is... Actually, there's no hope for anything. I hope it's a lie, first and foremost. But if I'm Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes now, I'm going to be on the blower to George Mendes quite quickly to say, what's all this about? Is this true? Why are you hawking a player around that we have no intention of selling? And on the no intention of selling part, just like our friend in the chat said a few minutes ago, Lewis Steele has said Liverpool's stance on Darwin Nunez is that he's going nowhere and they see him as a key player for their plans for the future. Now, one thing I would say is, regardless of whether this is the case or not, that's what the club would say. Because the club are hardly going to say, oh yeah, we're desperate to get rid of Darwin Nunez. Because what you're going to do then is lose a fortune, first and foremost. So I'm not sure what the club's ideal or genuine stance on it is. I hope it is as Lewis Steele said, because showing any willingness or want to sell is definitely going to knock the price down. So, and then you've got the obvious answer to this. How can Barcelona afford Darwin Nunez? Because, you know, Barcelona have financial concerns. So that's the starting point for tonight. And we just talk about it and we see what you feel. And then we're going to go through and talk about Pacho as well, who's been linked. We're going to talk about Lloyd Kelly, another player today who's been linked with a move to Liverpool. A little bit on Fabio Carvalho and a few other bits and pieces. So look, I've read you the notes of where we're starting from. Now I want to see how you guys feel about it. He's throwing a tantrum, said Vidor. Is Darwin going to Barca? Said Betislot. I don't know, my friend. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. But you've got to say, regardless of where you stand on this, if you're Darwin's biggest fan or you're somebody who's frustrated by Darwin, again, it's drama. It's drama that the club don't need. It's drama at the wrong time. And it seems unprofessional, whatever way you look at it. So I can understand Darwin being annoyed. Of course I can. I'm a hothead myself. I've said this yesterday. I can totally get it. But if this is true about his agent, we've got a problem. Because he's a Liverpool Football Club player. And if he wants to put in a transfer request and look for a move elsewhere, then grow a pair and do it. But otherwise, I don't like this. I don't like destabilising our football club. I didn't like it when we were talking about the Mohamed Salah extension every 2 weeks as well, a few years back, I mean. This type of stuff isn't harmonious and doesn't look good. Now, there's another aspect to this. Maybe Barcelona are just rocking the boat, trying to cast a line out there to see if anybody's agents bite on the fact that they may need to replace Lewandowski. You know, that's because these publications that are mentioning it are certainly coming from the Spanish side. So, you know, take that into account as well. Why would we want someone who doesn't want to be here? Jack, if Darwin says he doesn't want to be here, and again, let's be fair, we have not seen Darwin say that yet. But if he says it, I would put that in the same category as everybody else. If anybody doesn't want to be at Liverpool, from a youth player right through to our biggest superstars, bye-bye. Find yourself a club, find Liverpool a fee, and off you pop. That's my simple stance on all of this. I think football clubs, not just Liverpool, but anybody, should never want to try and keep a player who doesn't want to be there. No matter how much we say they're professional, blah, blah, blah. If you don't want to be at a club, then, you know, best find a way out. For now, we don't know that to be 100% the case. All we know is that there are stories reported to say that Mendes is hawking him around. Toby said, Craig, why do South Americans use us as a stepping stone to get to Madrid or Barca? We need African talents who love and dream of the Prem. Look, it is understandable that a player growing up in Mexico, Uruguay, Argentina, Brazil, I can absolutely see how they would look at La Liga and it'd be a great cultural fit for them. You know, the weather a lot better. I get all of that. But like you've said, I don't like us being a stepping stone for anybody. Not at all. But look, I also can't knock players who grow up in a certain part of the world dreaming about certain clubs. But, you know, if you don't get to those clubs, because Barca didn't put the money forward for Darwin, Barca didn't put the money forward for Lucho, we did. They've come here, and in Darwin's case, he's been absolutely 100% idolised by those match-going fans and most of us online. Not everyone, because there has been some assholes, and I've been critical of them, but again, difference between being critical and being hate-filled. But how many times have we heard the travelling cop or Anfield singing his name? Even if he's had a poor game, singing his name. So, yeah, it all just doesn't feel great. And I don't like that we're destabilised again towards the end of Klopp's era, because all we should be talking about at the moment is how we're going to celebrate the end of Jurgen's time. And this stuff just worries me. Remember Coutinho's tantrums. If Darwin is doing the same, then sell him. Yes, look, I don't want to sell Darwin. I think one more year at Liverpool Football Club and we'll get a better, more definitive answer to whether he's going to make it or not. By make it, I mean consistently. So I'm in the camp of I want to keep him for another season. But if he or anyone doesn't want to be here, then my stance changes very, very quickly to best of luck, find yourself a club, don't let the door hit you on the way out. That's honestly how I feel about it. And I don't care if that's Darwin Nunez, Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Alisson Becker. Doesn't matter. If somebody doesn't want to be at Liverpool Football Club or any club, then that's a problem.